gentlemen, the Sanders Insurance Countdown to Friday. Maurice Patton, Brad Hopkins. Yes, you do recognize Mr. Monday Night Keith Bullock. He is cool enough to give us some of his time, and we are at Classic Sports Barbershop in the heart of Franklin, Tennessee. Come down here and see Brian Creason and Tony Steele, the proprietor, to get your fresh fade today. And that's all I'm giving you for right now, Tony. Yeah, that's right. What do you do with the ball, Tony? What do you do with the ball head?
Put that razor on it.
That's it. That's it.
That razor.
But you can do that yourself. Why would you pay somebody to do that? Okay.
Why would you pay somebody to do that?
Yeah, why would you pay
For
somebody?
the atmosphere of the barbershop. You know what I mean? And then support your local community barbershops, man.
He talks some football.
Talk some football. You know you talk smack. You already told Tony to be quiet, but we ain't gonna say it more.
Okay, we don't even go get into that. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. Before you were a Syracuse alum, before you obviously joined the Tennessee Titans, became the standout stud that you are. High school, which is obviously the basis of our show. What was your high school experience like? Were you tugged in different directions, being such a multi-sport guy as you are?
Nah, the baseball coach always wanted me to play baseball in high school. That was my first sport at 8 years old, and I played that up until it just got boring. You know, you're out there in June, it's about 85, 90 degrees out, and you got everybody pairing out there but yours. You're not really playing in front of no fans. So that's about the time I got into AAU basketball. You know, we traveled around from about 20 minutes outside New York City, suburbs outside New York. So we played a lot of basketball in the small church gyms in New York. You know, we'd go to all the boroughs, New Jersey, Connecticut, just entering tournaments, sometimes 3 games a day. So I think that definitely helped out. Definitely kept me out of, you know, the streets doing other things, but at the same time, just helped me develop as an athlete.
What did you play? What position? Basketball.
In basketball, I played a 2-3. That was my AAU team, but my high school team, you know, I was one of the tallest kids, so I played the 4, you know, so it was what it was. I enjoyed it though. I definitely did. I enjoyed AAU basketball more than I did playing with my high school team, because AAU was kind of an all-star team from everybody around my county.
In other words, in AAU y'all won games, and in high school you did.
Yeah, it was about a 500. It was about a 500 basketball team. I can't even lie. Yeah, I got mine though.
Did the recruiting process kind of help curb your decision as to what you were going to do? In other words, was football the most obviously highly recruited part of what you were as an athlete in high school?
Well, honestly, man, my basketball coach didn't really help me get recruited for basketball. My only option was football. I remember being in his office at one point and asking him how come I never got letters for basketball, because these other kids that was on my team were getting small school letters, but they were still getting letters, and I never got one. And he's told me that he just assumed that I was going to play football.
You know what? I'll be honest. I was gonna ask you that. Did they assume?
Yeah.
Because of what you were able to do on the football field, and football coming first, of course.
Yeah.
They just assumed that that's what you were going to do. Therefore, they didn't give you the opportunity to have a decision.
Yeah. So it was never really an option. So I never got recruited by a major college at both sports. You know, like a lot of people did. And I definitely feel as if basketball-wise, I could have developed, but it worked out. You know.
Would you have pursued basketball if you had the opportunity?
If I had, yeah, for sure. You know, because growing up, that's what we did. We play as many sports as you can, and my favorite athlete was Bo Jackson. So if I had the opportunity to do a dual sport at the collegiate level, I definitely would have taken the opportunity.
Hey, you know, I wanted to pick your brain on something that's kind of hotbed topic that's going on today. Adam Jones from the Orioles, obviously, you might have heard what his quote was. He said that baseball was a white man's sport. And then statistically, he basically backed it up, saying that there's 8.3% of African Americans that are actually playing professional baseball. And this obviously comes on the conversation of, you know, what Colin Kaepernick is doing and what baseball's response would be in something like that. And he kind of felt that as such a minority, even more so in baseball, it would be harder for him to have a stance like that because of the obvious conditions. You potentially could have been a baseball player. I mean, do you feel that that atmosphere is what he said it was?
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of one of the reasons why I stopped playing baseball, because there were politics involved. I was a foster kid, so I didn't have my parents at practice bringing the Gatorade, and you know, I was an all-star from, you know, 2nd grade up until 9th grade, and all of a sudden in 10th grade, I'm an alternate, and then now all of a sudden the kid's dad is the coach, and you know what I'm saying? So like, ain't nobody got time for that.
You know, like you said, it seemed to have kind of worked out.
So yeah, it has, but you know, we're not steered in that direction. You know, in the inner city, you don't, like I said, like in the inner city or urban areas, you know, a lot of kids' parents aren't the Little League coach. You know what I mean? You know, your kids' parents will be the Pop Warner coach or the basketball coach.
And you could, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
but they're not necessarily going to be the Little League coach. You know, Little League is fun. That's when I got in it. You can hit
Right.
home runs. You can make the All-Star team. You can play for the Yankees, the Cardinals, the Tigers, whoever you want. So it's pretty fresh.
So, when you were in high school, how has, from what you see now, how has the game changed football-wise?
Football-wise, it's definitely it's not as violent, you know, because they've made it safer. You know, I feel when I was growing up, I used to watch NFL Crunch Course to get ready for my games. You know what I'm saying?
people getting knocked out, yeah.
The most devastating hit. So that's the mentality, you know, I'm growing up with. And then, you know, offensively, I know that the defensive guys are trying to, you know, do that to me. So, you know, it's just, I think the mentality has changed. A lot of these kids are into being seen. You know, this generation is more like, look at me. How many likes do I have? Did you see me do this? You know, it's reality TV era. So before.
But you almost have to do that though. I mean, look at the guys that have huddle accounts. The reason why I say that is because a lot of self-promoting as far as being seen by coaches is done by the players.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's about the brand. And I would, like, growing up, I didn't have huddle. My high school coach made me go to the you know, the film room and cut up my high school VHSs and give them to him, and he'd go to coaches' clinics and hand them out. So all those things are great, but I'm talking more of the Instagrams and the Facebook. I work with, you know, I do the Nike Open, so I work very closely with the high school athlete. And you see a lot of these kids, we do drills, cat and mouse drill we do with linebackers and running backs. 10 yards, and they got to cross the goal line. It's a one-on-one tackling drill. And you see a lot of the kids stepping further and further to the back because they don't want to get put on YouTube or they don't want to get put on World Star.
Man,
so,
never thought about
you know,
that.
because they're a 5-star or they're a 4-star, you know. So these high school kids are more worried about their star and who's going to see what. You know, these kids have a lot of pressure. You get to the Elite 11, you're one of, you know, 40 quarterbacks, and you got Trent Dilfer, you got ESPN there, you got Nike there. So, you know, the athlete is different.
What do you feel about the pressure that athletes have on them? Obviously, the ones that you're talking about that are getting recruited, the 4, the 5 stars. It seems like there's a lot of pressure at an early age, maybe even more so too much. What do you think?
I mean, it is what it is, and I think a lot of the pressure is going to come from, it comes from the parents, I think. It comes more so from the parents. The kids, they're just out there playing, so it is what it is. I feel like pressure is what you make it, but the parents and then these coaches, you see a lot of parents trying to live through their kids.
Right.
And your son's at Purdue, played baseball. You have a son played baseball, football there in the sports, and how I've seen you from the outside watching you, you just let your kids grow. You're supportive. You don't push them any kind of way. And I can only assume if they came to you for something, you would instruct them accordingly. But I don't, you know, in your process of being a dad, I've never seen you do that, and I commend that. Commend you for that, for sure.
You stepped into the booth last Friday.
All right.
Did a little high school football. What do you think when you get out and see high school football in Middle Tennessee? What do you think of it?
It's interesting. Last year I did an independent game. It was a playoff. I think Independence versus Hendersonville, possibly.
Yeah.
This year this past week I did Northeast versus Kenwood, absolutely out there in Clarksville.
So you saw
Antoine Brand.
Purdue signed a commitment.
Speaking of him, he's very powerful runner. He doesn't shy away from contact. You can see why he's a D1 prospect. It's high school, so they're just going to keep giving him the ball and keep feeding him the ball. It'd be interesting to see him in a, pro-style collegiate offense, utilize all of his skills.
Could you have played offense?
I played offense.
Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you play? I didn't know you.
I played running back I played running back, and on third down I went to wide receiver.
Okay. You didn't play offense in college, did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay, right.
But one spring we had a couple running backs go down, and they were gonna move me to running back. I got recruited to play running back at Nebraska, Maryland. I'd rather give the hits than take them, though.
We would have never seen Mr. Monday Night if he had gone to Nebraska.
Maybe it would have been something different. I would have came with something.
You'd have been catching? Yeah, I'm thinking he's more like a Stevie Smith Sr. You know what I'm saying? That kind of you weren't that.
I would have been what they need me to be. I don't know what
That's
I would
true.
have been on
That's true.
offense because look,
Versatility.
you get out there on offense talking too much. You don't really control.
I know that's right. So, all right, well, let's go do another edition of Prep Rewind right here on Xander Insurance's Countdown to Friday. That's Maurice Patton, of course, the guy who's been our awesome guest, Keith Bullock. I am Brad Hopkins. We are at Classic Sports Barbershop. It's in the heart of beautiful Franklin, Tennessee. Tony Steele, what's the address here, Tony?
105 Fifth Avenue North.
105 Fifth Avenue North. And we're going to get Maurice's thoughts about the Spring Hill football program when the camera goes off. That way, you can't talk. I'm messing with you. You got a great kid down there. Jamal Steele, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got to pay
And
attention.
then Dante Smith, one of the baddest boys you're going to see.
Okay.
750-plus yards in 4 games.
I know that's right.
Now, you tell me, last two in a row, 250 250 yards in the last 2 games.
Branch,
11 carries, 14 the next.
that kid Branch is out there getting busy.
We might have to get Tony on.
Branch,
I think we might. Well, see, the only thing about it is, okay, ask him about Division II AA. Right, ask him about, But you know that Spring Hill program, though.
Gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, I know. And,
Branch gonna hit that stiff arm. Branch gonna,
see, look, now you're impressed.
yeah, I mean, they're giving him the ball. He knows he running, one step cut. He's with the contact. He gonna try to run you, but look, he's trying to run these high school kids over. Now you get a Big Ten linebacker. You gotta learn that you can't try and run everybody over. You know what I'm saying? But he's physical. Like I can see him D1. If he wasn't D1, I would have been like, why isn't he? You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Brad,
There you have it.
what about the sleepers, man?
Yeah, we'll talk about the sleepers, just not on this episode, right?
All right,
We'll
good.
come back and do another one about the sleepers.
You know it.
All right.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, it's cool. I like the fact that you didn't know, so I can tell you loosened up. Anyway, we'll catch you next time right here on the Xander Insurance Countdown to Friday. See you later.
You know, Mo, it's like football has a virtual tractor beam, especially if you're a multi-sport athlete, because we were talking about that today on some other stuff. You know, if you're a 6'6" guy with like a 100-mile-an-hour pitch, you're not going to make it past a football coach that wants you to basically catch the football as a tight end. Would you agree?
Yeah, we were talking about this, and football kind of has that pull, and if you fit that athletic, that mold, I guess, they're going to keep at you until you wind up out there one way or another.
Check out Kenwood at Northeast. We'll be right back with more from the Xander Insurance Countdown to Friday when we come back.